So it goes to show you always get the right tool for the job. I picked up this Dremel. I got the cheap one, corded obviously, and just a wood attachment on the front. It's all oscillating front, so you can push it right in. So obviously when we do the floors, we have to pull up the trim on the floor to do it correctly so that it's underneath the trim. Then we put the trim back down over it. Put on those door jambs. It's a hell of a job, especially in this hallway with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 doors to take off all that trim. And you have to do, not just the outside, you have to do the inner stopper and everything. So my son in the background, the best thing to do for me is to get the Dremel and cut like this. So I did that over here. So this is all cut. And now the other important thing is what we're going to do now is lay down the flooring so that it's laid down so that we don't end up with a small piece on one end. So it has to be centered so that you get like an even cut on the end, because if you start here and then you end up with like a 2-inch piece, that's going to look like shit. Especially when you come and get down over here. Like, you've got to know how you lay it here to know how it falls here and continue on down the hallway. So it's very important to lay it out beforehand so you know what your cuts are going to look like, because you don't want to have to cut and have like a 2-inch line or something. Oh, hello. Hi, my pup. So I've got them open. I'm laying them down here. They're not locked into place, but they are laid pretty much how they're going to be, pretty close, overlapping on top down there. They slide right in. I do know that I don't have to take off that much on the other ones, especially this one, so you won't be able to see it. I'm going to take off a little less on the rest of them, but we're going to lay this out pretty much as it's going to be, except obviously stagger the cuts. We're not going to line up. We're not going to have lines of them. I'm just seeing how they line up. Come on, see, so I think we're gonna, yep. Boom, right there. So, if I was to have a full one on my far left side, by the time I got over here and I put that trim on, I got like a 3-inch gap. So everything on this side is going to have this little 2-inch strip, which is stupid. I don't want to do that. So I'm going to measure this and see how many inches that is and deduct that over here, split the two, and start in the middle. I mean, not start in the middle, but cut this down to where this will be kind of even. Probably add like 3 inches on this side to push this all over a little bit and take it from here. Alright, so I got my measurements up there. I'm gonna rip a couple of these 3.5 wide. Got this little band saw, this little band table saw from my stepdad. So I'm going to run them 3.5 wide, and then I'm going to take a couple of them. I'm going to cut one at 19, one at 17. Make sure you get them in the correct position, because you want to make sure that your tabs are going to lock in. You know, you have to know which side you've left off. So you got to double check and make sure you cut it the correct way before you do, because then you'll have the wrong side when you go to lock it in. Alright, so it is like 6 o'clock at night, still working. As you can see, I'm undercutting all of my door jambs. Trim's gonna go back on. Look mintola. But that's how you do it. So, removing this trim right now. This will be pretty easy to run because there's no cuts in here. Well, there'll be a 4-inch right here, but other than that, once I get past here, it'll be easy. Alright, this is where I'm calling it quits tonight, 8 p.m. So, got just this little bit left here. See, impeccable cuts. Look at this, look at this. Look at that beauty. Everything's undercut. That looks jagged, but it's not, it just needs to be painted. See, because there was carpet there. So, we'll just be painting the bottom of the trim. And it will look spectacular. Put the rest of the trim in. We'll be good to go. And then it's on to the stairs. Hopefully those come in soon. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.